Sometime later, I see we're approaching the end of the crater. Phew, about time. The road slants upwards as we approach the mountains. By the time we reach the edge, I see a natural arch graciously arcing over the road. I can see the red and orange layers of millennia worth of sediment building up to create this wonder. Wow. Pretty, ain't it? Yeah, very. I pull my phone out and go to the camera. I aim the photo ahead of us, trying to get a good angle of the arch. When we get close enough, I take several pictures. Alrighty, hopefully one of those is good. I look down at my phone to look through the photos as we drive underneath the arch. They all look clear enough to me, at least when I look at them for like 2 seconds. After concluding that the photos I took were good enough, I turn my focus back to the desert just so I can lose focus again. Soon, the road starts slanting down again. Huh. Hopefully that gas station Julian mentioned is coming up soon. But all I see is more road and more desert. Hey, didn't you say there was a gas station right outside the crater? Julian looks confused, like he was just dropped in an unfamiliar location. Either that or a distortion of a familiar location. I did. Guess it's a little later? It's been years since I've been down here, so... I'm more disappointed in his response than I really should be. But I hope we find a gas station soon. I need some food. And a bathroom. For now, all I can do is wait. I spy with my little eye a desert road. And more desert and road. Just desert and road for miles upon miles upon miles. After what feels like hours, I finally see something on the side of the road that even slightly resembles a building. But I'm only disappointed to see that it's a dilapidated bus stop. Looking closer, I see the wall of the bus stop covered in graffiti. Among the graffiti is a large swastika and the words Oliver Crow is a faggot, referring very tastefully to the man who was our president until this January. Whoever put those there must be a very lovely person, and I think they'll be happy to know that our current president would gladly wear that fucking symbol of hatred on a red armband. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he took away the stars on the US flag and put a swastika on the blue rectangle. That or his own name. God, I fucking hate these people. I really shouldn't be thinking too hard on this. Yeah, whoever put that godforsaken symbol there is clearly a brain-dead moron, but I've never met them. And even if I did, they would probably shout slurs at me and shoot me before I could even attempt to be civil with them. The bus stop is far behind us, so I might as well let it go. No point in getting all mopey over a Nazi symbol on a random bus stop in the middle of nowhere. It might just be my impatience of not having food or a bathroom combined with my disappointed anticipation of there possibly being a rest stop on this barren wasteland. And seeing that symbol is a reminder that I live in a country currently being run by people who want to exterminate people like me and Julian simply because of who we're attracted to. Fun! Okay, it's been too long. My bladder needs a break. Julian, pull over, I need to piss. What? Oh, shit. Thankfully, he picks up on my urgency right away and stops the car. He doesn't bother getting off the road because we're the only ones here. I practically fall out of the car and stumble for a bit before unzipping my fly. That's dramatic music for taking a piss. Normally, I hate the idea of pissing outside, or pissing standing up. Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos who prefers to piss sitting down. But now I just don't care. This is a true emergency. I whip my dick out and just let loose. I feel immense relief as pressure is relieved from my groin. I hear another stream near me. Huh. I guess Julian had to go too. Now that my bowels are finally relieved, I'm now able to focus on my surroundings. It's oddly cool for a desert in the middle of May. Is this normal? Another thing. The mountains are distant, and they surround us in what looks like a circle. Are we in another crater? Is there another one right next to the one we were just in? Does that just happen? I turn to Julian, who's just finished his own stream. Yo, are we in another crater? It looks like it. I don't remember there being 2 craters, though. Also, your dick is out. Huh? Oh, I guess it is. I correct that little lapse in memory. That's kind of weird. Are you sure you know this road? Yeah, I do. I guess it's just been years. You sure you know what you're doing? Yes, I do. Okay, sorry. I was just wondering. No need to snap. Julian gives a heavy sigh, seemingly collecting himself. I take the time to breathe a little too. I hate raising my voice. No, sorry. This was a mistake. We shouldn't have done this trip. Whoa, hey now, don't say that. I walk up to him and place my hands on his shoulders, making sure he faces me. We're gonna see your family, right? You said they're cool. And besides, we're already in Utah, right? So Logan's gotta be just a few more hours away. Oh, and we both took a week off of work to take this trip, so we really shouldn't waste it now, should we? The wolf looks away, avoiding eye contact with me. There's a kind of deep humming echoing throughout the desert. I feel it rumbling in my chest. It's almost like the earth itself is singing. Or like a choir of basses singing the lowest possible note they could hit. Julian hesitates. Yeah, I guess so. Great. So, shall we? He smiles at me. Sure, babe. He leans in for a kiss. Sorry for snapping. It's no biggie. He's such a softie, it's honestly kind of cute. We head back to the car and continue our drive through the infinite desert. More time later, and something finally appears in front of us. A building. Oh, good. Signs of civilization. But when we get close enough to pass it, I realize it's just a motel. I may be hungry, but I wouldn't even touch motel food again after this morning. But hey, hopefully that means we're getting close to another town. Definitely not just looping. And soon enough, there it is. Perhaps we'll actually get some food here. As the buildings get closer, I see that they're mostly run down. Some of these houses on the outskirts have probably been abandoned for years. That seems to be the norm with this desert. I look around for a sign giving the town a name. And soon I spot a faded stone sign. Craterville, Utah? What the... I look to Julian as if he will have any answers. he's shaking. He holds the wheel so tightly I swear it's gonna crack. And he stares ahead, unblinking, eyes so wide that they look like they're about to pop out. Julian? Uh-huh. What? He just barely pulled out of his trance at the sound of my voice. He tries his best to put on a calm facade, but it's as cracked as the buildings here. Did we get turned around somehow? I look back and I see the wall with that same graffiti message. When the devil returns to Craterville, the souls of the damned shall drag him away and seal him in the deepest pits of hell. I don't know. Apparently we did. I don't know what's happening. Did we get lost somehow? On this road that literally only goes in only two directions, forward and backward? This is frying my brain. The hunger is not helping. Okay, you know what? Let's just stop here and get some food and No! We'll get food at the next gas station. I'm surprised and a little frightened by his sudden yelling. Jesus fuck, man. What is your problem? I just don't want to eat here. Why? There's like plenty of restaurants here. Have you seen this place? I'm not good with old people, especially when there are no younger people around. And besides, I saw wanted posters for a serial killer. Clearly this place isn't safe. He's trying and failing to catch his breaths. He better get his shit together or else he's gonna veer off the side of the road. Okay, but we know nothing about that killer. For all we know, they could have been dead for 30 years, you know? Also, there's fundamentalists here. That graffiti looked fresh. Now that I think about it, that purple the words were sprayed in did look fairly vibrant. Faded, but not from decades of exposure to the desert. Okay, but even still, I don't think we're gonna run into the fucking Raven Man here, okay? So just calm the fuck down and let's just get some food. No. We'll eat at the next gas station we see. End of discussion. I laugh in both astonishment and disbelief. Oh my god, we're gonna fucking starve because you're afraid of a few hicks. What the... I barely have time to think as Julian swerves off to the side. I only see the person standing in front of us for a split second. But in that split second, I see what looks like pinkish gray ropes dangling from their stomach. Julian swerves so far off course that we actually drive off the road. Oh, fuck! The road was bumpy enough with all the potholes, but now with all the exposed rock, we get jumbled up and down and hear scraping against the bottom of the car as Julian tries to get back on the road. Shit! Shit! God damn it! Fuck! Meanwhile, I look back in an attempt to find that person again. But I just see an empty desert. My insides are gonna feel like a pile of scrambled up puzzle pieces after this. And then it suddenly feels like we're gliding. Or at least on a surface less bumpy than the literal desert floor. Julian stops the car immediately after we're back on the road. We take a minute to collect our breaths and regain equilibrium. As soon as I've processed enough, I stumble out of the car. Xander! I step out into the unnaturally cool desert and look around me in every direction. I look for anybody. Anything even resembling a person. But there's nothing. Just miles upon miles of empty desert. Xander! I snap back to reality and realize Julian has just stepped out as well. What the fuck was that? Some dumbass stepped out onto the road, but forget that. Are you okay? Yeah, but where are they? I gesture to the large empty crater around us. Julian looks around, seemingly looking for the person too. You saw it. I look at him. A person in the road? Yeah, I saw them. All of a sudden, Julian's demeanor completely changes. He freezes up and looks at me wide-eyed. I can see his fur standing on end. Is he scared of me? Julian? Uh-huh. Are you okay? He sighs and looks down. Yeah, sorry. I guess I'm just on edge. I mean, yeah, so am I. I'm also starving. So how about this? Let's just keep driving. And at the first sign of food, we stop. No matter what, okay? A flash of frustration flickers on Julian's face before withering away into resignation. He looks down at the dehydrated earth again. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Okay, let's go. I walk back to the car, patting his shoulder along the way, in an effort to let him know that I still care and I'm still with him. I look around the basin again, desperately searching for any semblance of a person. Just so I can tell myself I'm not having an episode. My stomach feels like a void. I feel it grumbling like a volcano ready to erupt. The hunger soon spreads to my entire body, and I feel the gas build up in my chest to create a pain that makes me feel like I'm on the verge of a heart attack. And here we are, driving for hours through the desert. We're finally in the portion of the crater where the road slants upwards, beckoning us towards the mountains. The sun is lower in the sky, inching ever closer to the horizon, painting the desert a more vibrant orange. And yet this desert still feels dead. When we approach the mountains, I see another natural arch arcing over the road. Another gateway. I hope this portal will take us out of this godforsaken alien wasteland void of any life. It was probably just a few minutes, but it feels like years have passed when we finally pass under the arch. But, just like last time, there's no gas station, no sign of life, and therefore no sign of food. In fact, the road begins to slant down again, and I immediately recognize the circle of mountains sloping down. I groan in frustration. What the fuck is happening? Julian doesn't respond, staying silent and staring at the road, but I can tell that he's having his own breakdown inside. Are we in another fucking crater? Julian doesn't answer again. Instead, he just stomps on the gas pedal. Soon we're speeding down the road and I see even more desert whip by. I don't care if we're breaking any road laws. There aren't any cops here who can stop us. Or anybody that can stop us. I just don't bother focusing on the desert anymore, and I just don't care what happens as long as I get food in my stomach. The sky darkens, replacing oranges with blues and deep purples. The mountains casting their shadows over this hellscape of a crater. Are we in hell? Soon enough, I see familiar structures pass by, even if for a few seconds. A dilapidated bus stop with a graffiti swastika and a homophobic message. A motel. And soon enough, a town. Because of the speed we're going, we get there quickly. Fuck. Craterville, Utah. When the devil returns to Craterville, the spirits of the damned shall drag him away and seal him in the deepest pits of hell. I don't know what that said. Julian thankfully slows down when we're in the town proper, but he still seems to be in a rush to get out. But based on the last time, I probably said be careful. Julian, let's stop and eat here. We're moving past... You promised! He looks at me with a fury I can't even begin to describe. I can see the flames in his eyes. I squirm with how much my torso is grumbling. At this point, it feels like my stomach has had enough of waiting and is now eating away at me from inside to sate its hunger. I look at Julian, and I make sure he knows I'm begging. Please. After seconds of damning silence, the wolf grumbles. Fine. Finally, he breaks away from Route 19 and finds a fast food restaurant on the outskirts of town. I don't bother looking at the name of the place as I rush inside. I stumble into the diner and make a beeline to the counter where a sable in their mid-40s stands. Hey, what can I... Food! The poor, probably underpaid employee is surprised by my interruption. Okay. Menu's right there. The sable points above her to the menu. Oh, it's a woman. I don't even skim over it. I just read the first thing my eyes fall upon. Bacon cheeseburger combo. And, turkey sandwich. All right. And that'll be, $15.98. Okay, cool. I don't care. I quickly pay for the food, giving the sable a ludicrous tip as an apology for this. Oh, damn. Thanks for the tip. Your food will be out as soon as possible. We practically fall into the closest seats we can find. I wait as patiently as I possibly can for the food, rocking back and forth on the bench. The restaurant is lit up a dirty green by light bulbs that occasionally flicker. The sable comes back surprisingly quickly, carrying a tray with our rushed orders. Here you go. Eat up, please. Thank you. She glances at Julian for a second before heading back to the counter. I don't even wait to start eating my burger. Oh. My God. Food. Finally. Oh, how I missed you, sweet, sweet food. It feels like heaven as I swallow and the food moves down my esophagus and dives into my stomach. At first, I eat quickly for the sake of getting food in me, but about halfway through the burger, I slow down to really savor it. The burger itself is fine. The ingredients clearly aren't fresh. But I shouldn't complain. I finally have food to eat. The fries are soft, but I actually like them that way. As soon as I feel like I'm actually being driven by my own accord instead of hunger, I stand up and move to the soft drink machine. I just get water, since my own flask has gone empty hours ago. I gulp down several cups of water, the cool fluid making me feel like I'm being revived. Finally, I feel normal now. I can actually process stuff. I head back over to Julian, who's still working on his turkey sandwich. Feeling better? Oh, you have no idea. He chuckles. Yeah. Sorry about everything. Hey, forget all that. We got food, right? Yeah, I guess we did. I sit back down and think through what we had experienced for the past day. Then something occurs to me. Look, I don't know what the hell is going on, but clearly we seem to be in a loop of some kind. What are you talking about? I mean, how else would you explain us passing through Craterville multiple times? In the same direction, mind you. Unless there happen to be multiple Cratervilles. And all of them happen to have that same message on the same wall. Julian mulls over my words. I find them hard to believe myself. I mean, I guess that's the only explanation we can think of, even if it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know how we're looping through this crater or why, but we gotta get out of here somehow. The wolf stays silent, deep in thought. Look, Xander. I'm sorry. This was a mistake. This detour, I mean. We should have just gone on the interstate. Hey, it's fine. So, how about we try leaving? The wolf perks up. Huh? You think we can just do that? To be honest, I really don't know. I don't think there's any harm in trying, though. And I will pray that we don't loop back. Okay. So, how about we just try to get back on the interstate, and if we make it, we'll just move on and sleep at the first town we see. Julian's confidence has slowly returned. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Alright, good. I gotta pee. In my starvation, I didn't realize how much I needed to go. So I walk over to the bathroom, my steps finally controlled. The bathroom is so dark for no reason. A single light bulb over the sink hangs on for dear life amongst the others that have already burnt out. This bathroom is brown all around in a way that makes me feel like I'm underground. I'll just do what I gotta do and then get out. So I make my way to the closest stall and do my business. Though not without cleaning off the toilet seat first, because apparently some grown men aren't potty trained. Other than the constant buzzing of the dying light bulb, it's completely silent in this bathroom. Amidst the buzzing, I can barely hear a high frequency that claws at my brain, making it throb rhythmically like it has its own heartbeat. It irritates me so much that it almost makes me want to tear my own fur off my scalp and carve a hole in my skull and scoop the parasite out of my brain. The almost silence is broken by my own scoff of amused disbelief. Why do I have such morbid thoughts sometimes? What did it say? You know why. Who said that? I hear something from the stall next to me. A faint chuckle, almost mimicking my own. Dear God, is there someone in the other stall? But both stalls were open, and I didn't hear anyone come in. I hear it again. I lean down, trying to peek under the stall. Is somebody Fucking with me? I know I heard that. Who's there? No response. Just more chuckling. Like whoever's in that stall is mocking me. And then the chuckle becomes something else. A sort of croaking noise. A sort of sporadic creaking. Like when you hold your throat closed and only let tiny pockets of air escape. Like someone who's had their ability to breathe taken away. I feel something cold and wet drop against my fur. Water. Is the ceiling leaky or something? I look above me. A chill runs through me. I see someone peeking over the stall down at me. But something's wrong with them. Their face is bloated. So deformed that I can't even identify their species. Their fur is matted to their skin, dripping a sickly water down my stall. I can't see their eyes, as they're buried underneath a pool of darkness, but I can feel their stare, piercing me. Their unseen eyes burn themselves into my mind like an afterimage. And their croaking, it makes my ears pound. A frequency too high for my comfort combines with a one too low, creating a horrific harmony that makes my brain pound against my skull like it's having its own heart attack. I force myself back into consciousness, and I practically throw myself out of the stall. I back up against the wall and look at the stalls. Empty. The waterlogged thing is gone. Despite that, their unseen eyes burn in my memory, and my head still pounds from the deathly symphony of ultrasound and infrasound. And yet, I'm all alone, in the bathroom of a fast food restaurant. I laugh at myself and rub my temples, trying to soothe the insistent pain. God, I'm going crazy. I then quiet myself to make sure nothing mocks me again. Good. That light buzzing is still bothering me, though. As quickly as I can, I pull my pants up, flush the toilet, because I still have standards, and wash my hands before leaving this cursed bathroom behind. Okay. Now that we have our spirits collected, it's time to get back on the road. You ready? Yep. Let's get back to the interstate. We get in the car and make our way back to Route 19. When we get back to the route, Julian turns and goes the opposite direction. The way from which we had come. Here goes nothing. It's good to see him with his confidence restored. He had looked anxious the entire time we were in this crater. The desert landscape zooms by as we speed down the route. Soon, Craterville is behind, and sometime later, the motel. Then the bus stop. And then we start sloping up, the arch in view. I lean forward in anticipation, hoping that this will take us out of the crater. After the longest 10 minutes of my life, we pass under the arch. And then we slope down again. Another iteration of the crater. Julian realizes what's happening and sighs in frustration. Then an idea comes to me. How many times did we loop? We're trapped here. No, fuck that. Listen, I'm trying to come up with answers. How many times did we loop? Julian thinks for a moment, suppressing his frustration for now. 3 times, I think. I dig through my own memory. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, it might have been 3 times. So, maybe if we go through the crater 2 more times, it'll take us back? Julian stays silent for a bit. I pray that you're right. And then he keeps driving towards an uncertainty. He speeds down the road, breaking so many road safety laws that it actually increases my anxiety. I have to stay calm, though. He's counting on me. A long time later, we reach the arch. And we loop again. One more time, please. Julian starts to breathe more heavily, clearly trying to keep his emotions in check. We speed down the crater yet again. I don't even believe in God, but if this works and we get out of here, I just might consider converting. In what feels like years, we pass the empty Craterville again, and then the motel with its sparse parking lot, and then the completely abandoned bus stop. And then we make it to the mountain again. As we approach the arch, I clasp my hands together and murmur to nothing in particular. Please, 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 please. After what feels like an eternity, we make it to the arch. I feel time slow down as we pass under the arch, hoping for a miracle. A miracle that never happens. Because we start sloping down, down, down again, down into another repetition of this purgatorial crater. I feel my stomach sink and every ounce of faith and hope leave my body. I feel a type of dread crawling in the back of my mind, creeping its way into the back of my eyes like I'm aware of imminent horrible events. I haven't felt this way since it was announced that the fascists had won the presidential election last year. That was one of the only times where I had truly screamed. A sound of pure agony coming from a living person feeling betrayed by the world around them. I had faith that the world would see the problem and properly dispose of it, but then it decided that pain and suffering was the better route. I feel that agony coming back as we speed down the slope of this infinite crater. We're trapped here. No. No, 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 no. What can I even say? We'll think of something. But even I know that's an empty promise. Please, just let us out. Let us out, let us out, let us out, let us out, let us out! Then the wolf stomps on the gas pedal and the car accelerates faster and faster and faster. I'm pinned against the passenger seat. I can't even see the desert as the car whips violently down the road at speeds I would never dare to meet. I can feel the loss of control as the car swerves several times, making piss-poor attempts to stay in the lane. Meanwhile, Julian keeps babbling, gripping the car and shoving his foot uncomfortably into the gas pedal. I feel myself tear up as I feel my own self-control fading away. Julian, stop! Let us out! 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 Slow down, Julian, please! Let us out! 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 Julian, please stop! We're gonna crash! But he doesn't stop. He just keeps going as fast as he can. He's clawing at prison walls, concrete walls several feet thick. He's just scraping his nails by trying to escape, and he's not leaving a single mark on the prison walls. Now he's speeding us towards what feels like our doom. And then I hear a few sputters. And the car starts slowing down. Julian finally goes silent as he tries to figure out what's happening. And as we both realize what just happened, it feels like a weight has been dropped on us. A shocked Julian stomps on the gas repeatedly, trying to make the car speed up. No, 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 please! But every time he stomps, the car slows more. And then it stops moving altogether. The engine stops, leaving us drowning in a silence heavier than an anchor 4 times our size. I'm too scared to speak. But I force a timid sound to escape my throat. Julian? And then the silence is broken by a chuckle. At first, I worry that the waterlogged person had come back to torment me again, but then I look over and I realize it's coming from my wolf. Soft chuckles coming from his shattered heart. Those chuckles then rise to a mixture of laughter and sobbing at the cruel reality of our situation. And then, in a blur, the wolf kicks the door open and throws himself out into the desert. Julian! A horrific scream fills the empty desert air. I find myself paralyzed to my seat as I watch the wolf shriek out into the void. What do you want from me? What the fuck do you want from me, you fucking piece of shit crater son of a bitch, you Satan son of a fucking bitch? Why? I'm stuck. I can only watch. I can only watch as Julian lets loose a rage and sorrow so primal it almost makes him look like a wild animal. I haven't seen a person act like this since... Xander! No. No, please. No. What did you do? No. Get over here, you fucking cocksucker! No, please get out of my head! You could have saved her! She was trying to kill me! So what, you... Stop it! She was right. There is something wrong with you. I fall out of the car myself and stumble into the desert. Where do you think you're going? Get out, get out, get out, get out! You're not real, 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 you're not real! Please. Just stay away. I hear a moaning behind me. One that isn't in my head. It's a moan that harmonizes with the ethereal rumblings of the crater. And then I realize who it's coming from. I turn around and approach the wolf, who's laying on the ground in a fetal position, back twitching with every hiccup that escapes him. I squat down next to him and, as tenderly as I can, reach my hand over to his back. I gently stroke his back, and his sorrowful hiccuping is replaced with heavy breathing as he looks at me. Julian? His expression intensifies, and even in the night, I see fire in his eyes. Jesus Christ. Out of nowhere, I feel a sharp pain in my cheek. I stumble away from the wolf, bringing my hand to my cheek and feeling hot liquid pour down my face. But I barely have time to process what just happened as the wolf throws me to the ground. My head hits the dirt hard, and I'm surprised that I don't get knocked out. Then the wolf pins me to the ground. I look up at him. And I see someone completely different. His smile stretches all the way across his face, exposing every single one of his sharp teeth. His eyes, they burn with a rage so true. It's a look that could burn forests. Saliva drips from his muzzle as he snarls. Julie, look at you, completely defenseless. Well, guess what, fag? I'm in the exact same spot. This is not Julian. I'm also trapped in this hell here. And there's no escape for either of us fags. So why don't I kill you right here, right now, and then I'll kill myself so both of our suffering will end. This is not my boyfriend. Or will we end up in a realm just like this when we die? Yeah, just a never-ending road that takes us back to the same spot. How about that, huh? Who is this man? How about that? Tears burn my eyes as I helplessly watch the wild animal above me. Julian, please. What is it, fag? The man who was just letting out a primal wail is now snarling in delight above me. Julian, please. What happened to you? Uh-huh. And then he stops snarling, and he seems to inspect me closer. I see the fire fade from his eyes, his horrid smile and face muscles easing as he seems to recognize the man sobbing beneath him. Xander? And then his grip on my arms loosens. That's when I push him off me, escaping his grasp and backing away as quickly as I can. The wolf is shocked by my response and he tries to reach out to me. Xander, Get away from me! And I can't control my sobs as I stare at him. The wolf seems confused by my sudden fear of him. And then he looks down and sees blood. My blood dripping from the claws of his right hand. The appalled look on his face tells me he's realized what he's done. Aside from occasional night terrors, I'd never heard him scream like that. And in the 9 months I've known him, he's never lashed out like that. Yet my impression that the man I dated was a gentle soul, an impression I had been building for 9 months, shatters in an instant. And he's realized that. Now he's reaching out to me, trying to pick up the scattered pieces of that impression. Xander, please, All that screaming and snarling had put so much strain on his throat that his voice is broken, cracked. I'm sorry, Xander, But every time he takes a step towards me, I back away several inches. I feel my blood dripping through my hands as I keep holding the spot on my face where he slashed me. I am so sorry. I don't know what got over me. I don't know, He stumbles over his words as he attempts to form an apology. Then he holds his head in his hands, sighing in deep regret. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what to say. I am so sorry for hurting you. Is he being genuine? Do I trust him after that? He squats down, meeting me eye to eye. Listen, I have never lost myself like that before. I don't know what came over me, but I promise I will never hurt you like that again. I just stare at him, with no idea of what to say for myself. If you never want to see me again after this, I completely understand. His voice breaks again and he looks away. I see his eyes shine with more tears. But can I at least get you out of here? Uh-huh. Let's just try to get out of here. And then I'll take you home. And then if you think it will be better for you, you'll never see me again. Xander, despite everything, I love you. And I just want what's best for you. So please, at least just let me take you home. What home? Charleston, where I had a family that hated me. Or San Diego, where I barely make enough money to live. Or any other strange land where I feel like I don't belong. Where the hell is home? The wolf then reaches his hand out to me. He doesn't try to touch me, instead just offering me his palm. He tries to hold up his trademark sweet smile in an attempt to soothe me. But now it feels so foreign. Should I trust him? Even after that attack? Should I stay with him until this is over? Should I stay with him through thick and thin? What do I do? Oh, there's a choice? Huh. Okay. Well, let's try staying with him. I can't leave him. Or is that a Leo route choice where you have to leave? He's my ticket out of this place. And I mean, We all have meltdowns sometimes, don't we? Please. Okay. I timidly reach out to him, and our hands soon meet. He gently closes his hand around mine. The hand that had attacked me now holds my own so tenderly. And then he pulls me gently toward him. And soon I find myself wrapped in his arms, feeling the warmth of his body fighting the cold night. He hugs me gently, as if squeezing any harder will cause me to crack. I'm so sorry. No, Xander, I'm sorry. You didn't do anything. This is all my fault. I'm sorry for hurting you and scaring you. I promise I will never hurt you again. Was it really just an outburst? Yeah, sure, it was. I believe him. But will he get me out of here? I want to go home. Okay, yes, of course, hon. We'll go home, together. We stay there for several minutes, holding each other and crying with each other, Julian uttering quiet apologies. And then he stands up. He looks down the road and I follow his gaze. I see a speckle of lights in the distance. It's probably not too far from us. The motel. It's not too far from here. I know we're trying to get out of here, but I think we should rest. I am admittedly exhausted. Today was a lot, even if it was just us driving down the same road for several hours. Sleep will do me good, if I can manage to get any. Okay, let's go. With our sense of normalcy somewhat salvaged, we begin our trek to the distant motel. It takes us about 20 minutes to get to the motel. There are still a few cars in the parking lot, surprisingly. We get checked in, though not without getting iffy looks from the mouse receptionist. Funnily enough, we get the same room as last night. It looks only slightly tidier than when we left. The bed sheets pulled up tighter and smoother, everything back in its place. Neither of us take the time to settle down or anything like that. We just go straight to lying down on the bed, not even bothering to pull the sheets down. At first, we just lay separate from each other on opposite sides of the bed, blanking out and staring up at the ceiling. Do you forgive me? I turn my head to look at him. That sorrowful look of deep regret has returned to his eyes. I can sense it even though he's looking away from me. Of course I do. He finally looks me in the eyes. Are you sure you're okay? Those cuts look bad. To be honest, I pretty much forgot about the cuts on my cheek. It had stopped bleeding and hurting sometime in the middle of our walk to the motel. Oh, these? It's nothing. You should probably wash those off. Yeah, you're probably right. I do as he suggests and make my way to the bathroom. I free myself of my shirt so as to let my torso breathe. I start the sink, scooping water up to my cheek to wash away the blood caked to my fur. As the blood washes away, I start to see 4 lines running through my skin. 4 scratch marks. On one hand, I might need stitches for these, and they might scar. On the other hand, they might just heal just fine and will be hidden by the fur once it grows back. Once I'm done with that, I check my body for any more possible cuts. I did take a pretty rough tumble out there. Okay, looks like I'm fine. So with that, I make my way back to the bed. I don't bother putting my shirt back on. I lay back down next to Julian without a word. We stay there for a couple more minutes, in silence as we process our thoughts. Do you think we'll get out of here? To be honest, I'm not sure. I know it's wishful thinking, but I'm hoping that either this is all a dream or there's just something weird going on and it'll go back to normal soon. Like a weird internet bug or something. Yes. Now shut up. I really hope you're right. I'm not confident. I guess we'll just move along until we find a way out. Julian goes silent again, clearly pondering something. I know better than to intrude. I know to just let him express his thoughts when he's ready. I find out soon enough. Can I hold you? Oh. Was expecting some kind of devastating revelation, but that will do. Besides, if we're going to mend our relationship, we might as well start now. Of course. I turn around and lay on my side, facing away from him. I feel him shuffling closer, and then he wraps his arms around my body. I nestle myself into the shape of his body, finding warmth as he spoons me. He then plants kisses into the side of my neck, and I just let it happen. I love you, Xander. I love you too. Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. We stay like that for a while, and eventually I feel my exhaustion of a long, stressful day weigh in as I drift away from consciousness. I hope we get out of here. The void again. Infinite darkness. An empty place where I just drift through nothing, moving towards nothing, feeling nothing. No pain, no pleasure, no stimulus of any kind, internal or external. Except for the light. The light is back. And it's flickering. It's hanging on for dear life. It needs my help. So I somehow break out of this stasis and move towards the light. I'm not entirely sure how I can do it, but I just do. I can't explain it, but this light needs me somehow. There's something in the darkness with me. Someone. I stop and look around me, trying to do the impossible task of seeing in a place where the light cannot reach. I can't see it, but I can feel it. There's a presence in the void with me. No, multiple presences. As I sense them, I also feel the empty vacuum of the void being filled with an oppressively heavy air, one that makes me want to retch. The stench of death. That's not all. Not only can I sense their presence, I can also sense their intentions, as if I can somehow tap into their own collective consciousness. They want me. They're here for me. A primal sense of fear overcomes me, like prey spotting their predator. Instinct takes over as I start sprinting towards the light. It's the only thing that can save me, and I need to get out of here. What do they want? A hand grabs me, then many more. I feel the sharp, bony, spectral hands grab every part of my body, clawing into me, sending a painful shock through my body, exacerbated by that being the only physical stimulus I feel in this void. I feel the presence of several people, young men, around me, and I feel their pain all at once. I feel a sharp pain in my stomach as my life force drains from it. I feel my breath being taken away, my chest aching horrifically as my lungs are denied access to air. I feel pricks at my neck and chest, a hot liquid running down all sides of my torso. I feel teeth sinking into my torso, neck, and groin like I'm being eaten. I feel my eyes being pushed into their sockets, torrents of some kind of liquid gushing out like I'm crying a literal fountain. It hurts. It hurts so much. The hands continue to grab me, and the presence whispers some kind of horrific chant as they pull me away from the light. I scream, but my voice does not escape. I can't even vocalize my pain as my body is tortured beyond its limits. Then a few of the presences charge forward toward the light. They swarm the light, eclipsing it, trying to put it out. I try to cry out for the light, as if it will magically regain the strength to save me from this pain. But of course, any efforts I make here are fruitless. They are in control. The presences pull me into a pure darkness, a damnation for my soul. I regain control of my body as I jolt awake, unleashing a kind of scream I haven't made in a long time. As my vision comes to, I almost swear I see the bisected girl again in the corner of the ceiling. I slap myself just to make sure I can feel something. Good, I'm awake. God, why must I be cursed with constant nightmares? My senses slowly start to come back to me, and I notice something strange. Everything is tinted red, like every light source is covered with a red sheet. Is it morning? I check my phone. Dead. Wonderful. Just what I need. I look around for an alarm clock, as hotel rooms usually come with those. I do find one on a bedside table, but instead of numbers, I see a black void contained within a rectangle. Great. No way to tell the time. But as I look around again, I notice something else. Julian's gone. Julian? Well, I can speak. Good. But my calling out his name is useless. I look around the red motel room, looking for any hint of the wolf. I look under the bed, in every corner, in the bathroom. I'm all alone. Did he leave me? And that's when I feel it. a tense animosity in the air, making the room feel heavy. I try to shake off the feeling of eyes on the back of my head, but I just can't. Like their gaze is burned into my skin, like there's someone right behind me, but every time I turn around, they also turn so as to stay in my blind spot. Figures lurk at the very edges of my vision, but every time I turn to try and focus on them, they scamper away, and I'm left just looking at a dark, empty corner. Something's here, and it's out for me. Julian? I call out uselessly again, as if calling out his name will summon my wolf. No, he has to be somewhere. Just not this room. Perhaps he's still trapped in the loop. Yeah, I can find him. So I head to the bathroom and throw my shirt on before heading to the door. I feel the hostile environment burning into me once again as I stand next to the door. I haven't felt the sense of danger since. I shove the memories into my subconscious and take several deep breaths. I grab the handle and turn it. And I head out into the real world. I feel myself freeze as I process what I'm looking at. An old mouse with half-moon glasses. The receptionist? But her jaw. Her jaw and left arm are hanging on only by a few pink fleshy threads. Her neck looks flattened, like a huge weight was dropped on it. And she's looking right at me. I feel the animosity coming from the entire crater, targeted at me, channeled at me through the receptionist's intense gaze. I try to step back into the room, but I feel the door close against me. I reach backwards trying to open the door, but it doesn't budge. And then I remember I don't have the key. Shit! I'm trapped out here. Is she out here for me? The mouse cocks her head to the side, like a dog hearing a strange sound. I need to find Julian, now. I need to find him and get out of here. Where could he be? Craterville. With my destination in mind, I start running. Down Route 19. Deeply hoping that this is all just some horrible nightmare and I'll wake up eventually. Julian! How much longer is this? Jesus. Maybe in episode 3? I don't know. If I'll either cut this or it'll be a third episode if it's not very long. Or if it is very long. Whatever. If this is the end of the episode, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.